The backrooms are easier shown than described. This is the backrooms, and this is the backrooms, and so is this, and onward forever. It's a basic office space with basic wallpaper and basic carpet and no furnishings. But the thing about the backrooms is they never end. That's the idea. See, this space has sparked many recreations from films to video games and other sorts of things. And on surface, it looks pretty boring. So why is everyone so into it? And more curiously, why are so many people afraid of the backrooms? To get into that, we're going to have to explain a little bit about the concept behind the backrooms. You see, backrooms is just one example of a liminal space. Liminal spaces are literally places that are on the threshold of two spaces. They often include corridors and hallways, but this concept can be extended to include spaces that are on the threshold of their own usage. That is, a space that for some reason is outside of its own element. Think about perhaps a school at nighttime or an arcade where all the games are turned off. These spaces are on the edge of being familiar and comfortable, but they don't quite make it there. So the backrooms as a liminal space offer us a sense of familiarity, but not enough to put us at ease. But why is this scary? I think there are at least 3 reasons the backrooms would be fear-inducing to some, but this is not an exhaustive list, but a couple of theories that you can actually put to the test, because it actually has to do more with us than it does with the backrooms themselves. Number 1, let's think about the demographic of the people interested in concepts like the backrooms. Lots of this stuff is propagated on Reddit, whose user base is largely male and largely between the ages of 20 and 40. So we're talking about millennial males by and large. So what about the backrooms might be scary to a millennial male? Well, I think it's because the backrooms are what so many of our generation fear: endlessly mundane. Nihilism is rampant in our generation, and with so much entertainment and so little substance in our lives, many people are asking what it's all for. Many are worried that their lives will amount to endless nothingness, empty and without meaning. And this is scary, and the backrooms illustrate this feeling very well. So here's an experiment worth conducting. Track down some people who have found meaning and purpose in their lives. Perhaps you are one and you can answer the question yourself. Ask them if they find the backrooms disturbing or scary. My wager is they won't. Number 2. The backrooms, like many liminal spaces, are rather specific in when they are set. You don't often see office spaces like this anymore, but you did in the 80s and 90s. Check out these liminal spaces. These are scenes from our childhood, but in our childhood they were full of life and people, and now in these pictures they're empty and desolate. Even when we fear our futures may be meaningless, we like to look back and see something bright and full of life, and this is not the past that we remember. Finally, and perhaps this is a stretch, but the backrooms and many other liminal spaces you can find online do resemble places I have encountered in my childhood and probably you've encountered in yours. When I was young, these spaces seemed massive, and looking back at them now, much of the magic is gone. Even something as simple as an office building was fresh and unexplored. Now it's dull and mundane. And I think these sorts of liminal spaces subvert the memories that we have of these places and the way that we interpreted them as kids. And in this way, they are a reality check. So that's my take on the backrooms. I think they do a great job exposing our fears and our insecurities, and they might even be useful in determining just how full of meaning our own lives are. But there's only one way to know for sure. Start exploring.